Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to Over the Bars Football Channel. This is part two of Football League Weekly Travels, and what a game we are attending this afternoon, or this lunchtime really. It's a half-12 kickoff. Cambridge United find themselves 7 points adrift at the foot of League One. Are they as good as relegated? Well, a big win here against relegation rivals Exeter City may open up the picture for Gary Monk's side in terms of trying to push out of that bottom four. Let's flip that over. Exeter City, should they get a win, currently 5 points clear of the drop zone. A win, if results elsewhere go their way, could see them go 8 points clear of the drop zone, and potentially we start talking about Exeter City being safe. Where do you see this one going? How do you see it playing out? Let me know below. But for now, we got a train to catch. Come on.
Staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say
Hello
it,
there.
sort
I'm just
it.
on the train to Cambridge.
Hey guys, how's it going? We've now arrived here in Cambridge, and as I take this walk from Cambridge North Station over to the Abbey, it got me thinking. This is an incredibly quiet walk, a very nice walk as well. What's the nicest walk or the most scenic walk you've had to a football ground? Because there's just nothing going on, and we're so close to the ground. It's literally just over there. We're so close, but there is nothing going on, and it's crazy to think that what, a mile and a half, 2 miles that way, there's a buzzing sort of city centre with a mad nightlife, and yet over here there is just nothing going on. And boys, if you look over the top left corner of the screen, is that floodlights that I see? You know what that means? It's time for the football. Let's go. Yes, people, here we go. We are now at the ground, and I'll say that once and I'll say it again. The walk from Cambridge North Station to here was absolutely fantastic. There is just no one around though. We're recording now. It's about an hour 45 or so to kick off, and there is just no one here yet. No one's really turned up. There's a few visiting fans, but no one really. So I'll take a walk around the stadium in just a second. But before I do, a little bit of history here about Cambridge United. Formed in 1912, they weren't always known by the name of Cambridge United. They actually formed originally under the name of Abbey United. But let's get back in the present day for a second. It's not looking good, is it, for Gary Monk's side, really, at the moment. 7 points adrift in the relegation zone currently in League One. And it's difficult to see positives, really, within recent form. Okay, you look at the second half against Birmingham and say, they kept the score down, which did very well. It would have been very easy to sort of fold, and that could have been 5-6-7. But they kept the score down, only conceded one in that second half at St Andrews. So that is a big positive. But the problem with Cambridge is the defence is far too leaky, isn't it? I'm not stating the obvious, but only Peterborough have conceded more goals than they used so far this season. Conceding 55 goals in just 30 games, you're not going to get out of relegation zone with that sort of form. And then you look at the goals they're scoring, they're only averaging scoring one goal a game. So there is no way you really sort of be positive, is there? And I don't want to be all doom and gloom for Cambridge, but how do you see positives when those are your sort of recent form and your recent stats? Okay, there's a good draw a couple of games ago against Wycombe Wanderers, which shouldn't be underestimated. That's a very good point, and you've got to take that point. But in Cambridge's situation right now, in their scenario, you can't afford to be taking points. You've got to be aiming for all three. And it's a really good chance here against an Exeter City side to do just that. It would send out a really big message of intent. But I do wonder how much Cambridge are going to go for this, because should they go for it and they end up losing, which is a big possibility, suddenly the gap to survive the season becomes a lot greater, and then the task becomes a lot more difficult. It's a tough time for Cambridge, and I just don't see how they're going to pull off a great escape.
Here's how our teams line up this afternoon. For Exeter City, number 1, Joe Whitworth. 2, Jack McMillan. 4, Alex Hartridge. 8, Ed Francis. 14, Ilmari Niskanen. 17, Caleb Ross. 18, Vincent Harper. 21, Ryan Trevitt. 23, Joe Colwell. 25, Angus McDonald. And 27, Josh McGuinness. And for Cambridge United, number 13, Nathan Bishop. 5, Michael Morrison. 6, Kel Watts. 7, James Bromby. 10, Elias Kachunga. 15, Jubril Okadina. 18, Ryan Roth. 22, Josh Stokes. 24, Jordan Cousins. 26, James Gibbons. And 36, Dan Martin. Today's referee is Carl Brook. His assistants are Dami Bandara and Jonathan Brook. The fourth official is Paul Howard. Our match sponsor this afternoon is Thaxted Stone.
Got it, like, a couple of years ago, I think. That's the job, bring the car, normally just come out and say no.
Half-time substitution for Exeter City, replacing number 18 Vincent Harper, is number 7 Dimitri Mitchell. Rhys. It's number 28, Ben Stevenson. Medina is number 35, Manuel Gallagher. And replacing number 26, James Gibbons, is number 34, John.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. It has finished at the Abbey. Cambridge United 0, Exeter City 1. There are some big talking points coming out of that game. Is Gary Monk the right man to lead Cambridge? Will he keep Cambridge up? Are Cambridge United now deemed for League Two? Have Exeter City now pulled themselves away from the relegation fight? Before we get into all that, let's get home because it's very nasty out here, and we'll discuss all that in a few moments' time. Yes, people, what's going on? How's it going? First of all, got to apologise for how long it's taken to get out. Essentially, I'd recorded everything, got it bang on, ready to go, and then all I really talked about at the end was Gary Monk and the pressure in which he was under. And of course, in typical over-the-bar Football League weekly circumstances, what happens? He goes and gets sacked. So I had to remove all of that from the vlog, and I had to record the last bit of it, hence why it's taken a couple of extra days to get out. But look, we're here, and I'm not going to talk about Gary Monk getting sacked because we're going to go into detail on that on the next episode of Football League Weekly. So keep an eye out on social media for when we do go live. Instead, I'm going to focus more on Cambridge United. So I was really disappointed. I said when I was outside the Abbey that I really wanted something from them. I wanted a reason. I wanted an inspiration as to why this Cambridge side can survive in League One this season, and I didn't get that. No one said that from a Cambridge point of view. They really switched off for McGuinness' header. Don't get me wrong, it was a very good header from McGuinness. It was a really good finish. But from a Cambridge United point of view, I was very disappointed overall. They never really looked like scoring and never really threatened the Exeter goal, and they never really pounded the goal and made life difficult for the away side. It was very passive. It was very turn up and expect 3 points from Gary Monk's men. There was a real sort of mentality issue, I thought, from Cambridge heading into that game. I was really disappointed from the showing in which they had. From an Exeter point of view, probably the perfect away performance. Cambridge was slightly growing into the game, and by the end of that, what did they do? Exeter hit them on the break and scored. I was really impressed with Dimitri Mitchell. Came on for Exeter, was really positive down the left hand side. But look, this game is about Cambridge. Are they as good as relegated? I genuinely believe that they may be. And the reason why I say that is when you're relegated or a side in the relegation zone, I want a reason. I want a reason to be inspired. I want a reason that's okay, this is why you're going to stay up. Cambridge, when I look at their squad and I look at the lineup and I look at the performance on Saturday, There was no reason to be inspired. There was no reason to be positive. Not one player stood out. Not one player from Cambridge United in that lineup took the game by the scruff of the neck and made it difficult. There was a moment after the game when a Walton whistle went, and I was really intrigued to see what the reaction towards Gary Monk would be. And the fans are calling for him to go. And obviously now the benefit of hindsight, that has now happened, of course. What do you think of the sacking? Let me know below. We're going to get the conversation going before we go into Football League Weekly and proper sort of deep dive into that. Have I seen enough from Exeter to suggest that they're going to survive this season? Yes, I have. Like I said, I thought it was a perfect away performance. Neither team were inspiring. Exeter certainly weren't inspiring, and it was a pretty dull first half. Hence why in the vlog, literally, you see the players come out and you see them go like in again for half time. Nothing happened in the first half, and don't get me wrong, the second half wasn't end to end. There wasn't loads of goal malfaction, but again, Exeter, the West Side, they do enough. They do enough to get the 3 points. And that's ultimately why I believe Exeter City are going to survive this season, and why Cambridge United will be playing League 2 football next year. And let's say that happens. Do they come straight back up into League One? They don't, as far as I'm concerned. They don't. They have to get this appointment absolutely bang on. The wrong appointment here, and it could set Cambridge United back quite a few years, couldn't it? So overall, I was very disappointed with Cambridge. And for the second vlog in a row, I'm here praising Exeter City. Let me know below what you thought of the sacking, any thoughts on the game, and I'll see you when we go live on a Football League Weekly.